Is that go? Okay. Good evening. The Planning and Zoning Commission meeting, Wednesday, November 2nd, 2022, is called to order. Please join me in the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Please push present on your computers. Secretary, note the roll.
Commissioner Booth is present, Commissioner Hegedus is present, Commissioner Hamilton is present, Commissioner Wang is present, Chairman Kish is present, Commissioner Sambito is absent, and Vice Chairman Clymer is absent. We have a quorum.
Thank you. At this time, a vote shall be taken to excuse members unable to attend due to extenuating circumstances. I will need a motion and a second. I have a motion from Commissioner Booth and a second from Commissioner Hamilton. Please vote.
Motion passes.
Thank you. Item number 1 is to approve the draft minutes of the Planning and Zoning Commission meeting held on October 12th, 2022. I'd like a motion and a second, please. I have a motion from Commissioner Hegedus and a second from Commissioner Booth. Please vote.
Motion passes.
Excellent. Public comments. Now is the time for citizens who would like to address the Planning and Zoning Commission on any non-agenda items. Don't see any speaker cards or speakers. All right. It's the opportunity for the commission to disclose any ex parte communications they may have had prior to this meeting on any item scheduled for discussion on this agenda. Has there been any? Seeing none, I will continue. All right, moving on to the public hearings. Agenda item number 2 is a use permit for a Salad and Go. I'll open the public hearing. Planner Guadalupe Ortiz Cortez will present.
Good evening, Chairman and Commission members. Guadalupe Ortiz Cortez, planner. If it is okay with the Commission, I would like to present the next 2 agenda items together as one presentation. The use permit application is for one property and 2 separate users. Thank you.
Yes, we'll continue with that.
Thank you. The request is, sorry about this. The request is for a use permit for a Salad and Go restaurant with a drive-through and a Black Rock coffee bar with a drive-through. The use permit application was submitted before the new drive-through standards were approved by City Council this summer. The subject property is located at the southwest corner of Yuma Road and Cotton Lane, the proposed Loop 303 within the Cotton Flower Marketplace. The property is zoned planned area development and has a C2 general commercial underlying zoning. The property is within the Cotton Flower PAD zoning approved in 1999. The subject property is approximately 1.6 acres in size. As previously stated, the subject property is located within the Cotton Flower Marketplace, north of the Federico's Mexican restaurant, and the Exporta Fitness is also in the same shopping center. Currently, customers will have access to the restaurants from Yuma Road and Cotton Lane, as shown by the yellow arrows on the screen. However, the current access is likely to change due to the Loop 303 expansion. The expansion plans have not been finalized at the moment. However, the property owner is in communication with ADOT regarding this. On this slide is the site plan for the projects. On the left-hand side, you can see the building for Black Rock Coffee, and on the right-hand side of the screen, you can see the building for Salad and Go. The proposed building for Salad and Go is 827 square feet. Salad and Go will only have carry-out options. Customers will have the option to order ahead and pick up either at the walk-up window on the north side of the building here, or go through the drive-through pickup only option on the northwest side of the building here. Customers will also have the option to go through a second drive-through lane on the southeast side of the building, that is here, where they'll have the opportunity to both order their food and pick up their order as well. The drive-through lane for the pickup only option has space for 3 cars to queue along this drive-through. Customers using this lane receive an assigned pickup time, therefore staff finds that the queuing provided is sufficient. The conventional drive-through lane has space for 8 cars to queue along it. That is 8 cars from the entrance of the drive-through lane to the order point, and then space for 3 cars to queue between the order point and the pickup window. The queuing provided meet the city's requirements. Salad and Go customers will have access to the restaurant coming north from Juma Road and all other entrances to the center. Again, they have the option to park and walk up to the pickup window or drive through the drive-through pickup only option, or come down south of the building, enter the drive-through, order at this point as proposed here, and go north to pick up their food before leaving the property north of the building here. The Black Rock Coffee building is proposed to be 1,976 square feet. The restaurant will have indoor space or indoor dining space, and will also have a drive-through lane. The drive-through will have space for 9 cars to queue before the order point, that is from the entrance of the drive-through lane to the proposed order point here, and space for 2 cars to queue between the order point and the pickup window. That space is shown here. The queuing provided meets the city's requirements. Black Rock Coffee customers will also have access to the property from Yuma Road and all other entrances to the center. They can come down the property and enter the drive-through lane south of the building and come north to order their food, their coffee here at this order point, continue north and pick up their coffee at this pickup window before exiting the drive-through at the northwest corner of the building here. All off-site improvements, including the parking, is completed. The developer will only be constructing the restaurant buildings. The building elevations for Salad and Go are shown on this screen here. The elevations include colors and materials consistent with those approved for the Cotton Flower Marketplace design guidelines. And on this slide are the elevations for Black Rock Coffee Bar. These elevations also include materials and colors as approved for the Cotton Flower Marketplace design guidelines. The proposed projects meet the city's use permit and convenience evaluation criteria. Staff considers that the use permit will not be detrimental to surrounding areas. The use is located at an existing commercial center. The infrastructure is existing, and there are similar uses existing in the center. The Cotton Flower neighborhood is approximately 400 feet west of the subject property. And I'll just go back a couple slides to show that distance. The subject property is shown here in yellow, and the nearest residential is approximately 400 feet west of the proposed use permit. Given the existing distance between the property and the residential neighborhood, staff believes that there should be no adverse effects from the operation of the proposed uses on the residential properties. The drive-through restaurant is compatible with the site. Queuing for the drive-through use meets the city's requirements. The proposed hours of operation for Salad and Go will be from 6:30 a.m. to 9 p.m., 7 days a week, and 5 a.m. to 9 p.m., 7 days a week for Black Rock Coffee. Staff does not recommend any restrictions on hours of operation. The city's citizen review and public hearing processes were followed. A neighborhood meeting was held on September 22nd, 2020. There was no resident attendance at the meeting. All planning and engineering requirements are met. Staff has not received any public opposition to the project to date. Staff, as the Planning and Zoning Commission, recommends approval of the use permit, subject to the stipulations found in the staff report. Mr. Chairman, Commission members, this concludes my presentation. I can answer any questions you may have. The applicant is also in attendance.
Thank you. Are there any questions for staff?
Yeah, I have one.
Commissioner Hamilton?
The Black Rock Coffee has in dining or places to sit?
That is correct. Black Rock Coffee does have indoor space for sitting and serving. That's
So in
correct.
looking at the plans, that it looked like there's only, how many parking spaces are they on that spot? Just the ones in front and unless they wanted to walk farther?
So right in front, yes, there are only about 8 parking spaces. However, the Black Rock Coffee is part of the same property, this Lot 5, that has both Black Rock Coffee and Salad and Go. All parking requirements for both buildings are met within the lot, and there is a shared parking agreement if additional parking is needed with the Cotton Flower Marketplace.
Okay. All right, thank you.
Thank you,
Commissioner
Commissioner Hughes.
Ms. Cortez, was there a traffic analysis done? You know, a lot of concerns with Cotton Lane right now, and that will certainly bring in more traffic.
Thank you, Commissioner Hamilton. Mr. Chairman, Commissioners, yes, part of the use permit and site plan applications require a traffic impact analysis. The traffic impact analysis have been reviewed and approved by our traffic engineers. Queuing has been considered in queuing, and that has been approved as provided on the TIA.
Thank you.
Ms. Cortez, can you pull up the picture that shows the elevation of looking above? Right here. In regards to the 303, I know that there's nothing finalized, but is there an access road or a possible solution to the businesses on either side? Because, I mean, unless the 303 is going to have still wide open offsets, I mean, I don't know the exact verbiage, but are you familiar with if they're going to have that solution?
Mr. Chairman, Commission members, thank you for the question. As you mentioned, the ADOT expansion plans for the Loop 303 have not been finalized, but ADOT is in communication with the property owners, including the developer for the Cotton Flower Marketplace, so that they can come into an agreement on what will work for ADOT and the expansion, and will work for this center as well.
Are there any other questions for staff? Okay. I don't see any speakers, no speaker cards. Would the applicant like to speak?
Neil Fieser from RK Architects. You need the address?
You can share it if you'd like.
2233 East Thomas Road, Phoenix, Arizona,
Thank you.
85016. I do have a presentation. But Guadalupe's presentation was super thorough. If there's any additional questions or anything like that that I can answer, I can devote my time to those questions. Otherwise, it's going to be a lot of repeat.
No problem. Are there any questions for the applicant? Okay, thank you.
Thank you.
With that, I will close the public hearing for the use permit for Salad and Go. Are there any discussion on the Salad and Go specifically? Okay. Can I have a motion and a second? I have a motion from Commissioner Hamilton and a second from Commissioner Hegedus. Please enter your vote.
Motion passes.
Thank you. I will now take a similar motion and second. If there is no speaker cards.
We do need to open the public hearing.
Ah, that's right. I apologize.
No problem.
I will open the public hearing for Black Rock Coffee. And
And I've not received,
no any speaker cards. I will close the public hearing. And now I will take a motion and a second for Black Rock Coffee. I have a motion from Commissioner Booth and a second from Commissioner Wang to approve the special use permit for Black Rock Coffee. Please vote.
motion passes.
Thank you. All right, now to business. Agenda item number 4 is to approve the 2023 calendar for the Planning and Zoning Commission.
And I've provided a copy for you. Nothing too unusual. Typically, what we try and do is have Planning and Zoning Commission meetings 2 weeks ahead of council meetings, so that the items can flow right to council. And this was posted online as well. If you have any questions or comments, happy to take them.
Perfect. All right, any questions about the calendar?
No.
Okay. All right, I do need a motion and a second to approve the calendar. I have a motion from Commissioner Hegedus and a second from Commissioner Hamilton. Please vote.
Motion passes.
All right, now we will have Steve, Planning Manager, for a work session or a learning session. Thank you so much.
Mr. Chairman, Commission members, thank you. Not quite so much a learning session tonight, but I will take any suggestions, if any of the commissioners have any for future. We had 2 members not here tonight, so I figured maybe I would save it. But I do have something, I guess, good news to share that I'll lead to, but kind of start with maybe something you might have seen, but well, if you can read it, if not, I'll try to explain it. But this is our organizational chart for development services. And on this chart, you'll see a lot of squares. Basically, we have Christopher Baker as our director, and all of this is under his purview here. So here we have Alyssa and our administrative team. And then it branches off a little further. We have Debbie with our permits team. And you can see this is our development, our technicians up front. They're our frontline people who deal so well with our customers, all our permitting and such. We come down that tree. We have Randy Westacott with building safety and, doing all of the permits, Tom Paradise with the inspections. Come a little further, Steve Cinto, all of our development engineering, another huge group now that is a part of development services. Inspections, as well as our plan review function. And then we branch a little further, Katie Wilkin, our deputy director. And under Katie, she also has code compliance as well as planning and zoning. And so here's the tree, part of the tree that you're probably most familiar with. This is planning and zoning right here. So that's me. We've got Karen. I don't know if some of you have met Karen yet. She focuses on a lot of our industrial, the warehousing, so a lot of that doesn't need to come before the board. But you'll likely see her here probably next year soon. We all know Christian and Alex. Just heard from Guadalupe. And 2 people. The purpose of me coming up before you tonight was to introduce 2 new planners to our staff, and they were kind enough to join us tonight. And we had Abby join us January of this year. Comes from ASU with a degree in planning, as well as, he's not on the list, but Justin as well comes to us from ASU. He started just a little while ago, just September.
Oh,
So, very great additions to the staff. We're very happy to have them. Both have already been making an impact. Abby more so, obviously, because she's been here since January, but so is Justin in a short time. With that, I've already gave them a heads up, but if they wanted to come up
They
here
moved
to the
on.
mic and just say a little something about themselves.
welcome, guys. Come on up. You're gonna have to get used to that hot seat right there.
Like Steve said, my name is Justin. Graduated from ASU back in 2020. Kind of moved around different jobs until landing at Titan Solar Power in January, and then moving over here, as he said, in September. Currently on contract, but hoping to eventually be able to move into a more permanent position. Looking forward to my role here and learning as much as I can.
Awesome. Welcome. Go Devils.
Yeah, go Devils.
Hi, nice to meet you all. I'm Abby. I have a flavored background in planning from internships and previous jobs with environmental, a lot of conservation and land use. I am hoping to have something to present to you soon. I have some fun things coming, hopefully, depending on the applicants. But yes, it's nice to meet you all.
Now, I gotta ask, when they were handing out amazing degrees or amazing like opportunities, what teacher or what inspired you to do planning?
It was actually a boss at a former job where I was a waitress. That is what got me into the planning field. Just asking me, or he said I was very opinionated. And
Okay.
I had a lot of opinions about how Tempe is all
Okay.
configured. But Dr. Jason Kelly, I'm not sure if any of you are familiar with him at ASU. He is the planning saint, I would say.
Awesome.
The knows everything about everything. So the three of us have all had him. So
Oh, wow.
yeah,
Okay. Maybe we'll have to bring him down and, just invite him to watch some of his students' work.
I think he would probably love that.
I think that'd be amazing. We should extend that invite. Awesome. Well, guys, welcome, and I'm so glad that you are part of the team. It's an amazing place. Goodyear is an amazing city to work for, and the staff, second to none. So, are there any staff communications?
Do you want to talk about Guadalupe?
Mr. Chairman, Commission members, thank you, Alyssa. I thank you, Mr. Chairman, for those words. I share that. This is a great team, and would like to recognize Guadalupe. You probably noticed the assistant part was removed from her title. Promotion well-deserved.
She's doing a fantastic job.
She is.
All right, well, the next Planning and Zoning Commission meeting will be held November 30th. This month has two, at 6 p.m. at Goodyear City Hall in the same place. There being no further business to discuss, this meeting is adjourned.